Hello, my lovely students. I hope you're all safe and utilizing this homestay time in upgrading yourself with lot of new skills and abilities. I thought this is the best time that we refresh certain techniques that we have learned in the class. As I've been sharing with you during the classes, that counseling is a skill that you have to practice on a regular basis, and if you start practicing it, then you will master it and you'll find it much easier when you go on the field and speak to people. So there are a lot of techniques that you can do it on your own self and understand what are the plus and minuses, how easy are they to implement, what are the difficulties that you yourself are going to face while implementing those techniques. And once you understand the downside of those techniques or the difficulty level of those techniques, it will be much easier for you to understand while you're doing it with somebody else, that okay, this might be a area that this person may find it difficult to do it, because I also found it difficult when I was doing it for my own self. So that for that reason I thought, let me give you certain techniques that you can do it on your own self during this homestay period, and you can enhance or make it more easier for you to do it when you go on the field while working or talking to people. So I think you very well remember, it is also known as thought record or thought journal, that you maintain for all the negative thoughts that you get. In this journal, now it's you are going to maintain it during this time frame and learn how easy or difficult it can be to maintain your thought records, and how can you change them into an alternative thought, an alternative good and new feelings towards it. So this record or this journal consists of 7 columns, and the first column, as I'm sure you must remember this, the first column is situation. Situation, what would you write under situation? Where you were, or what were you doing, and who was with you. Either of the situation can be. So you have to think about a situation, about any individual you were with, or you were doing something in that situation, or you were at a certain place in that situation. So you have to think about a situation. And the second column is feeling. What feeling did you get in that situation or in that with that individual? So the feeling can be you were angry, you were anxious, you were stressful. So you can have any of those feelings. When you're writing down the feeling, over here you have to do a meter check for your feeling. You have to rate your feeling from the scale of 1 to 10, where 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest. So how angry, for an example, if you're angry in that situation, how angry you were? You were angry maybe 8, that means we were very angry in that situation. So that was your feeling on that particular situation. So first was situation, second column is feeling. Now the third column is negative automatic thoughts. I hope you definitely remember, we talked about automatic thoughts that we get for any actions or any situation that we are into. We have this pattern or this program fit in our brain which gives us swish, an automatic thought that comes to our mind. So in that particular situation, what was the thought that came to your mind automatically when you were in that situation? So that is NAT, negative automatic thought. So for an example, the automatic thought in that situation can be, no one cares about me, I have to do everything, he or she does this every time with me. So those can be an automatic negative thoughts that you get. Sorry, it is negative automatic thoughts, NAT. Fourth is action. how did you reacted, what action did you took when you got those automatic negative thoughts, or when you were in that particular situation. So did you ran away from that situation, did you shouted in that situation, or you started crying in that situation? What was your action when you were actually in that situation? So these are first 4 columns of your record, which will talk about your current reactions, your current thought process, and your current feelings of a particular situation. Now the rest of the 3 columns that I will be talking now would talk about changing those negative thoughts to a positive thought with a positive feeling attached to it. So now the 5th column is an alternative thoughts. What new can you think in that particular situation? So over here what you have to do, you have to think that somebody or a friend or someone from your family has come up with that same situation to you, and you're guiding them or you're advising them what can they do differently. Yeah, so this is, imagine the same situation, your friend is describing about the same situation, and you're advising and guiding a friend that what he or she can do to eliminate those feelings or those extreme reactions in that particular situation. So that is your 5th column of alternative thoughts. What alternative thoughts you can bring up, or you can enhance to that particular situation. Now the 6th is new feeling. When you change your thought pattern, when you came up with an alternative thought that you advise to your friend, now feel those thoughts, feel about those situations for your own self, and then see what new feeling did that alternative thought arose, what new feeling arose from those alternative thoughts. So either there would be any new feeling that might have arose, or what happened to those previous feelings. So we have rated, for an example, we rated the previous feeling of anger to 8. With this alternative thought, has that feeling of 8 reduced to 6? Maybe a very little percent, but definitely there is a reduction. There is something new which is on a positive side happening to that same feeling. So either the meter or the rating of that feeling may reduce, or you may get some alternate or a new feeling attached to that thought. And the final, the 7th column is the new action. What new action are you going to or what new actions you took or you're going to take with that new alternate feeling or thought that you have got. So it may be you may talk little more politely with that individual, or you may sit down and describe the situation and find out an alternate rather than running away from that situation. Or you, that new action, maybe you may control your emotions of crying, you are limiting it to be more controlling to your emotions. So that can be a new action that you would be attached to your new alternative thought. So this were 7 columns of your cognitive thought record or cognitive thought journal. So I think I'm expecting now this from you all, to at least record one situation in this journal and see how easy or difficult it is for you to move to an alternative thought or an alternative new feeling. So this is definitely going to help you, and you will find what are the difficulty level in maintaining this record. And when you go and start working in the field and you ask somebody to do this, they might come up doing nothing because they might find it difficult to do, and that would be the point. If you have done it for your own self, you will be able to understand that how easy or difficult it is for anybody to implement it. And also I would want you to go back and look into one of the assignment that we have done it. I gave it to you an assignment to write down one of the skill that you want to work upon for becoming a better counselor. So I want you to go back and look into that goal setting uh, 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 what was goal setting approach that we learned, and under that goal setting approach you did an assignment of writing down one new skill. So I want you to go back and look into that goal setting approach and see how can you work on adding more skills for yourself, and how will you utilize this time to achieve that goal of enhancing or adding upon new skill for your own self. That's it. Stay inside your home, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you so much.